Hi, I'm Tammy from Nutmeg Notebook. Today I want to show you how to make smashed potatoes. That's smashed, not mashed, in the Breville Smart Oven air fryer. If you don't have the Breville, this will also work in your other brand of air fryer. Just modify how much you put in it, and you might have to play with the temperature depending on which brand of air fryer you have. So all I'd have here are Yukon Gold potatoes that I baked in the oven, and these are the smaller ones. So this method works best with smaller potatoes. So we don't peel them. After they're baked, I put them in the refrigerator until they're nice and cold, and then they are ready to use. So all I do is cut these in half. Now I want to tell you that how I came up with this was one night we did not have any big potatoes to make like fries out of. All we had were these little ones, and I thought, well, what am I going to do with those? And so I just cut them in half and smashed them like so and put them in the oven and air fried them. And my husband said, oh my gosh, these are better than French fries. So I thought, well, I'm on to something then, right? So you can either mash them face down, the cut side down, or the cut side up. I think they turn out a little bit better when you mash them with the cut side up. You kind of want to have those little nooks and crannies because the pieces that are sticking up are going to get nice and crispy in the air fryer, and that's what we're going for. Now, there are smashed potato recipes to put in the oven, and those use a lot of butter or oil, and they go ahead and pre-season them. I find that if I pre-season things for the air fryer, specifically potatoes, that they just don't turn out well because the garlic or the onion powder or the no salt seasonings, any of those just seem to burn in the air fryer. So I like to season them if I want to afterwards. And it might be because we're not using any extra fat that the seasonings just seem to burn. So you can just do a whole tray of these in the Breville. That's what's really awesome about the Breville, is that you can do a lot at one time. Perfect for feeding a family. We use the Breville constantly, every day. My daughter years ago, after she had gotten married, she got a toaster oven. And she said, Mom, you really should have a toaster oven. Well, I thought, well, what do I need a toaster oven for? I have, a convection oven, a double wall unit oven. What would I do with a toaster oven? Oh my gosh, she was so right. We use it constantly, especially here in California in the summertime when we don't want to run the big oven and heat up our kitchen. We can do the Breville, and the Breville heats up really fast, and it doesn't heat up my kitchen because it's a small space. So here we go. Now, I'm going to put this in the oven, but I am not preheating the oven. I put it in a cold oven, and I set the temperature for 400 degrees, and I'm going to let them go for probably 20-25 minutes. It just depends on how much moisture is in the potatoes, how big the potatoes are. And like I said, if you don't have a Breville, play with the temperature of your air fryer. I know some air fryers only go up to 390 degrees. So you might notice that I have a little liner on top of the air frying rack for the Breville. And we found when we first got it that some things stuck to it, or it was just really hard to clean if something did get stuck on the air frying rack. And my friend Shada had told me about these crispy cooker mats. I got these on Amazon. Sometimes they're sold out of them. I will try to post a link for you down below. And then Tom just cut them to fit with just using a pair of kitchen shears. He just cut it to fit the rack, and we find that it just makes it a lot easier to get the food off after it's done air frying and for cleanup. And these we just wash with soapy water. They have discolored a bit because we use it constantly. So, that's just a little tip that seems to help for us. So let's get them in the oven. So the nice thing about the Breville is it does tell you which level to set it, the trays, depending on what you're doing. I have it set to air fry, 400 degrees, and we're going to bump this up to 20 minutes, and we're going to check it at 20 because, you know, depending on the size of the potatoes or how much moisture is in them, it could take longer. And I just let them go, you know, until they're nice and brown and look crispy the way we like them. Okay, that's the timer. So I did these for 22 minutes because at 20 I didn't think they were quite brown enough. So these look pretty good. Okay, a couple things that I want to point out to you about the smashed potatoes is to smash them on a cutting board or a different surface before you put them on here, because the first time that I made these, I did smash some actually on the rack itself, and of course they stuck. I had quite a potato mess. They still turned out delicious and crispy, but I'll just save you the cleanup trouble. Now if you want to season them with some onion powder, garlic powder, thyme, whatever you might like, red pepper, you could go ahead and do that at this point. And you can dip them in ketchup and mustard and barbecue sauce. I do have an excellent recipe for no sugar added ketchup and barbecue sauce. I have the YouTube video for that as well. Okay, so now you can enjoy smashed potatoes anytime in your air fryer with no added fat. It's fantastic. You can dip these in ketchup and mustard and barbecue sauce. I have a wonderful recipe on one of my other YouTube videos for ketchup and barbecue sauce that has no added sugar, no added sodium to it. It's delicious. Or you can do what we do, which is make Donna's vegan cheese sauce. The recipe is on my blog, and I've also just made a video for it, and it's made without any nuts, so it's just with potatoes and carrots and nutritional yeast. I think you'll love it. It's great. You can customize it however you want. It goes great on potatoes. So I don't know if you can hear how crispy this is. It has a lot of crisp to it. Ta-da! So you want to make sure when you cook these that you keep them skin side down, because that keeps them from sticking, and then they'll get nice and crispy. The skin will get crispy as well as the top. We'll just put a little bit of Donna's vegan cheese on there. You guys, that is so delicious. So you could serve these to non-vegan people and they would love them as much as you do because they're so delicious. So if you enjoyed this video, please think about giving me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you'll get notifications whenever I post a new video. You can follow me on my blog at nutmegnotebook.com. I'm also on Facebook and Instagram under Nutmeg Notebook, and I would enjoy it if you followed me there as well. Thank you for watching this video today. See you next time. Enjoy this with me and have some respect for Cheeze. It's really, really